Hello, this is Bill Cloudsy. Welcome to a Theros Beyond Death Draft League with a really powerful rare. I don't think I have yet started a draft with Setessan Champion, but I've played with it a bit and played against it. It's a quality magic card. 3 mana for a 1/3 is not great, but once you get your first Constellation trigger, it more than pays for itself. Yeah, Nessian Hornbeetle is an unfortunate card to pass because it may be the next best card in the pack. And oftentimes this will become a 10-10 or 12-12. And that's not hard to set up, and it's not bad even as a 2-mana 2/2. But the champion is more powerful even than that. Drawing cards is something green doesn't get a lot of. This is a very enchantment-heavy set, so it's really easy to get this going. Here's a tempting one, another rare, Gallia of the Endless Dance. Tempting, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily what we want. Rise to Glory is interesting. We could go deep with an Abzan deck that relies on getting the auras back and champions and such, but the mana would be tough if we go in on that. Threnody Singer is a pretty good one. Blue-green is not awful, but no particular synergy here. And then Venomous Hierophant, which is decent all around. Yeah, I'm tempted to take Gallia here. It looks like sort of the highest payoff, and Rise to Glory is kind of a weird one. Not necessarily going to make it into this deck, but we'll see. It definitely keeps our options open. Iroas's Blessing, that that is a good follow-up to this start. Now, the green cards in this pack are nothing special. Huntmaster, Petitioner is not one I generally main deck, and would only really be good if you're in a deck where Green Devotion is important, because the life it gains is fine, but you don't want a 3-mana 2/2 that's not even an enchantment. Anyway, yeah, let's take the Blessing here. A great follow-up to Champion and a good reason to be in red. Destiny Spinner. Okay, when it rains it pours. 2 really good uncommons still here, the Celebrant and the Spinner. The Spinner gives us some late game, I don't know, inevitability or late game options, mana sinks. It's also just an enchantment and a pretty solid creature for all that. There aren't many powerful satyrs for Gallia to boost, but Celebrant is one of the better ones, I guess. Let's take the Spinner. This is quite the start to a draft. Oh, wow. Here's a good pack to open and sealed if you're into some mischief. But not necessarily great for us, since no green cards are left, which is surprising when Spinner was passed to us this late, but it could just mean that this pack was very light in the green cards and maybe just had some kind of fight spell. Hopefully it doesn't mean people are changing directions, because the first time you change directions into a color is, I guess, more likely that you stay in that direction because you'd likely have a good reason to change into it, but kind of weird speculation there. And this is just one pack. I'm not sure about this one. Maybe we just take Flummoxed Cyclops or one of these foily chimeras or Pious Wayfarer. It's a tough one. Maybe there's something we could have taken there that would have made a difference, but who knows. I'm going to go for Intervention here. Heroes of the Revel is actually pretty good, but Intervention gives us some outs to things like the Dream Trawler. Not many things deal with that hexproof monstrosity, but Dream Trawler, or Nylea's Intervention is one of those. I've never seen that happen, but hey, you can't do it unless you have the Intervention. So let's grab that, and green has some good 5-drop options that are enchantments, which would be even better for this deck. Omen of the Sea. Maybe we'll get into blue after all. Insight is a little bit too hard to splash. Stampede Rider might be what this deck is looking for, but I think Omen is just enough better, and well, it gets us into blue for Mischievous Chimera if that's really what we want to do. Or it lets us cut red and focus on a blue-green deck. And I don't think Rider or Brute are big enough payoffs. Velocity is interesting. Should we start going into white? We're seeing these Pious Wayfarer type cards, which would be good in a champion deck. Not a huge fan of that. Velocity, there aren't a lot of green auras that come back. And then there's Scofo's War Leader. Why don't we grab Escape Velocity? It's kind of a funny one. Not an amazing card, but if it's going to be amazing in any deck, it's this one. So let's grab that. Yeah, more red, so I feel like I'm on the right track here. Wrap in Flame's not really what we want. The Aspirant doesn't work so well in this deck, and we don't have sacrifice outlets. But I'm also not excited about the Rage Hound. So let's just grab the Aspirant, and who knows. Relentless Pursuit. Gift of Strength and Eidolon of Philosophy. Okay, and some black-white cards, which we really want to avoid at this point because we have no reason to go in that direction. I'll take Eidolon. And a bit of fixing. The Oread is pretty good, especially with Nylea's intervention if we end up getting a bunch of things. But I would much rather have the first amulet in case we go in this nonsensical direction. Aspect of Manticore. Yeah, this is turning into quite the brew. Let's take Revelers because it gives us, it's a satyr for one, and it gives us some options against some pretty good cards. Sleep, unlikely we want it, but we have it in case things go in that direction. So let's sort this by color. Oh no, another champion. They're not even legendary, so we can get multiples of these. Erebos' intervention is at least as good as the champion. You've got one bomb tier removal spell and one just bomb tier card. I'm not sure which one is generally better, but if you have a preference for the color black, you might be more interested in intervention. It's a kind of a tough call there, which one's better, but certainly for our deck, the champion will be better. So yeah, it's going quick, but let me sort things out a little bit. I'd say we have our biggest pull into green at this point. Few rares here. I think this is reserved, yeah. Sometimes cards get highlighted in a weird way that means they aren't reserved, but in this case we see that it is reserved. Anyway, let's grab the champion and really try to pick up a few more enchantment cards, like the little Eidolons. There we go. Solid reason to be in blue is Eutropa here. And that means we're going to be a little further from red. But we still have a couple of reasons to play red, so let's keep those in mind. But I really want to have all of these constellation triggers. I don't think I've ever had this many reasons to have enchantments in my deck, but yeah, now we've got 3 really good ones. Voracious Typhon. Might as well grab it. Green is the thing we have the most pull towards. We have another Blessing here, but at this point I want to make sure we can curve out and we don't need to rely on having 3 colors on turn 4. So let's grab the Typhon and maybe, at this point, whatever we wheel in red and blue we'll probably be able to play. That's why I'm glad we have this amulet. Keep grabbing these chimeras. Or just grab another Omen of the Sea. How many chimeras could we have had? Don't know, but the Omen makes a lot of sense here. It helps find the champions. It's an instant speed trick for Eutropa, and it's just a good card all around. Nothing bad to say about it. Training. Yeah, give your big creatures trample. Dismissal would be nice to have one of, but we just have to keep grabbing these enchantments. It replaces itself. It's going to be good. I'm going to cut red for the time being. The double splash of Chimera is a little tough, and we're not necessarily a surprise deck, but we'll keep it in mind for the final build. So what are the real pulls into that? Blessing. Most of all, Blessing. Oh wow. One thing you have to realize, which is easy to forget, Eutropa is legendary, so you can't necessarily have that many in your deck. I think once I had 4 in my deck and I just didn't realize it was legendary. But it is a lightning rod, meaning your opponent just tries to kill it and then you just play your next one. And what you can do is use its trigger to pump your other creatures and then let it die and play another one. So not so bad to have 2 in the deck, but you don't want to go nuts and have like 8 or something. Moss Viper, Nexus Wardens is going to be really good here. So is Brine Giant, but we'll benefit a lot from surviving the early game, and Nexus Wardens is great at that. Grove Dancer, yeah, probably much more value and probably more life even than Petitioner would gain over a game. So grab that. And we do get a Brine Giant anyway, which is going to be pretty good in this deck, although at some point we're going to have to really up the count of enchantments. We have 1 Eidolon. I don't want to play that many 1/2s. Klothys' Design and Ichthyomorphosis. At this point, Ichthyomorphosis is so much more important. Klothys' Design is probably overkill. If we're at the point where that can win us the game, we'll probably already be ahead on board. Kraken and Dismissal. Oh, all this constellation is ridiculous. Kraken versus Dismissal. Let's grab our first Dismissal. I think that's pretty important. And the Chimera comes back. Oh no, well, we get another Dismissal, but I think that's going to be better than Gift of Strength. Oh, no, never take Fruit of Tisserus. If you pass it, maybe someone will play it against you. Idyllic Tutor. Here we go, our first Forerunner. And then Starlit Mantle, which can protect these all-important champions. And finally, Warbriar Blessing. Not the easiest pick, I would say. Let's again sort by converted mana cost. I think it makes sense to play these Blessings. We don't have much in the way of removal. I mean, our best removal so far is Ichthyomorphosis, and maybe 1 Stern Dismissal. Don't know if I'm going to run 2. Main deck, at least. So let's grab the Blessing. Splashing Final Death would be interesting, but we have so much synergy that any chance we have of taking a good on-color card that is also synergistic, we'll just jump on it. Chainweb Arachneer could be good. It's our second big escape card. Naiad is also really strong here for a number of reasons. Making the Omens cheaper is nice. Making the Starlit Mantle is nice if we ever get that option. And it's just an enchantment creature on its own, so this is a tough pick. Naiads are more likely to come late. Intervention is a little too far out of my color range here, but yeah, tough one. Let me take the Spider. It's harder to replace. Omen of the Hunt versus Naiad. Not even sure about this one. We've got 2 Omens of the Sea. We don't necessarily need the fixing from Omen of the Hunt. We have 19 or 18 main deck playables at this point. We could splash the red, but for 1 Blessing, we might not have to do that. I'll play an Omen here. Seems okay. Deny the Divine versus a Huntmaster. Huntmaster can be quite aggressive. I do like Deny the Divine, but I also like being pretty aggressive. Huntmaster, we don't have much in the way of... Yeah, I don't think we really want Huntmaster. I'll take Deny. We don't have much evasion, so we don't necessarily get paid off by that. Starlit Mantle and Ichthyomorphosis, number 2. Let's grab another Ichthyomorphosis. Well, hold on. These Setessan champions are going to soak up a lot of removal, I think. Let's take our first Starlit Mantle. I want to make sure we get one of those. If we wheel, I'd rather have 2 Ichthyomorphoses than 2 Mantles, but I think I'd rather make sure I get 1 of each. All right, pretty good card here. We get Witness. Not going to worry about Moss Vipers. Some matchups, they're good. Mantle. Yeah, intervention. Okay, so maybe one more card and we can call it a deck. Yeah, it looks strong. We could use a couple more heavy hitters, but I'd like for them to be enchantments, like the 5/3 trample. Okay, that might just about do it. Underworld Breach might be worth a ticket still, but another Witness really makes this deck pretty good. And I think we'll grab Memory Drain over Brine Giant. Having one Brine Giant is good, but we don't actually have a critical mass of enchantments, I don't think. Thank goodness we have some of these ones. Yeah, I guess we have a bunch, but not so many that Brine Giant is free all the time. Grab a Plummet. Partly so it's not used against us, I guess. Even if we don't have that many flyers, it still grabs anything Eutropia targets. Naiad, and that gives us another option of something to main deck. And a Memory Drain. Memory Drain number 2, maybe Foil Mountain. I could see a match where we want 2 of those. Familiar, I mean, maybe, you never know. Yeah, our 3-drop slot looks strong without any of that nonsense. Dreamshaper Shaman. It's more likely we play that, honestly, and splash it than play that other thing. Given how many 2-drops we have. 3-drops, that is. Arachneer. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on here. Looks like we don't need red after all. A bit of a shame. Despite some fixing we might have available for it. But let's see. We want to maximize the number of enchantments we have within our color for Destiny Spinner. But we're doing pretty well on that front. Got a couple of utility spells. I like Naiad. These we can do on time. I like Eidolon and Naiad and these Witnesses. Let's see, just getting a feel for the enchantments we have. So pretty good enchantment count. Do we really need Arachneer? Maybe not, but it's good in some matchups. I could see cutting Nylea's Intervention. It's too bad that's not instant, but I guess it is still pretty good. And play a Deny over a Memory Drain. Yeah, that's a lot of good enchantments here. Okay, so enchantments. Definitely play Stern Dismissal. Definitely play all of these guys. So I could see cutting one of these. And if you're going to cut one of these, maybe Intervention is the best one to cut. It looks like since we're not splashing another color and we don't necessarily need to beat flyers, we can leave that out. And anyway, we have other ways of dealing with flyers. So I often find myself cutting Intervention, but I don't think it's a bad card. And then pretty even between the colors, we'll put in the Amulet and call it a day. Hopefully that's enough to protect our champions and just win off the back of those. So we've got champions, we've got Eutropias, we've got flyers, and that's a lot for someone to have to deal with. Looks strong. Let's test it out in some matches. All right, let's start this thing off. We've got a good balance of mana here. Start with blue. Everyone loves seeing Island go. Versus white, could mean anything. And potentially just run out this Eutropia to get it under counter magic, and besides the other option is Naiad, so that'll be better when it can trigger something. Ooh, Bant. Maybe this is a mirror. Mirror match. All right, well, let's give them another thing they would like to turn into a fish. Still counts as, well, no. Doesn't count for anything. Counts for devotion, I guess. Well, heavier white. Calyx. Oh dear. Does that mean we're losing Typhon here? Uh-oh. Well, as that's too funny. As soon as we like bounce our own Eutropia, we just get our Typhon back. Weird. All right. Well, anyway, Naiad on 5 is good because we hold up all our stuff. Oh, so weird. Calyx. Would have been great to draw the 1 damage spell, or the +1/+0 spell. Oh, they miss with Calyx. Well, that's good news because we have a chance of killing it here. Yeah, play that Forerunner. So we deny that, finish off Calyx. Could do Omen on our upkeep. Probably should. Oh well. Whatever. Okay, so let's attack Calyx. Calyx is good. And then, sure, let's go land here. Then we can Omen and sack it, although we don't necessarily want to sack it here because we want to keep our enchantment count high, but we'll have the option. Glory Bearers. I wonder if this player was in our draft. Sometimes I check who's in the draft, but oh, now we're committed. Now we have to scry with it. Use that. Let's put a forest in there, and yeah, let's scry. It's better than drawing 2 lands and then something good. Both of those are good. Let's just draw both. Arachneer is something we can just chump attack with and then bring it back. So what is this? 2 enchantments, so 5 for Brine Giant. And no attacks. Oh, we'll attack with Eutropia. No, we'll block with Eutropia. Never mind. 0/1 attacking. It's almost as good as Ornithopter. At the beginning of the season, I just didn't see the eye. I called it Eutropa. And now I'm still trained, so half the time I call it Eutropa, half the time Eutropia. First time I saw someone call it Eutropia, I thought it was a typo. Calafi. Arachneer doesn't do anything here. They're probably happy enough killing my Brine Giant. So, what to do? I think I'm happy enough sacking this because it's not doing much at the moment, and then let's pass it. We have a lot of good options here. I don't necessarily want to bounce Ichthyomorphosis, but we do get our Typhon back, and this hand is amazing, so let's keep that up. Oh, this is so good. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's play Eutropia. Keep the new one. Choose one to keep. Okay, sometimes you get that wrong. Then we get our Typhon back. And we've undone everything Calyx has done. And they lose a devotion for Calafi, so that's good. Then we'll play Setessan Champion and pass it. Hold up Starlit Mantle. Oh, are they going to counter this? Oh, no. Okay. They probably would have countered Eutropia because that was such a blowout. All right. Let's see where they're scrying here. 1 card on top. All right. I hope it's a targeted removal spell that they do on their turn because we don't get the bonus from Naiad on our turn. Oh, maybe they had, yeah, maybe they just found Omen, so they're still looking. What else could this deck mean? This could also be Dream Trawler with this combination. Be a good reason to splash blue here. And so much of it. Enigmatic Incarnation. I don't love it. It's a good reason to stop on the main phase. I don't love it. Oh, also, yeah, we can't stern dismissal anything. So we'll just have to let them get whatever they get. And if they get something like Ichthyomorphosis, Starlit Mantle does not protect us. And we won't have a chance to respond. So if they put it on Champion... Oh, they're getting Naiad. Well, that's no big deal. Again, we can't dismiss anything because Calafi's protecting it. And Mantle would cantrip, but we might as well save it. All right. All right. With all that happening, what else can we do? Not much. If we want to save the Mantle, we can't do much. But I'm happy enough trading off some stuff. So let's send these two into the fray. If they make awful blocks, we can dismiss something. And of all the ones to dismiss, I think we want to kill Calafi dead. So let's make sure we put Calafi first. And then dismiss the other one. Oh no, Starlit Mantle. Okay, so we still kill Calafi, and we bait out a Starlit Mantle. So it's not the end of the world. Now they have a slightly bigger monster here. That's fine. Then what? Well, that 4/5 is kind of annoying. But let's play the Arachneer. Pretend we have a lot of good cards in our hand. Well, they could sacrifice Starlit Mantle. Hopefully they do that, but they really want to keep a 4/5 in play, I would think. I mean, our board state's pretty busted, so I'm not complaining. Sacrificing Naiad, what's this going to get? Some 4 mana enchantment. They miss. Fails to find a card. Yeah, maybe they just assumed they had something and just didn't. Witness is great. That will... Well, we got to choose something. So why don't we choose Typhon? Because that'll make it bigger for later. Training. Okay, we're just going nuts here. Let's do training on... Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Champion. And pump the champion, because I want that to have flying. So we don't have another land drop here, but on their turn we still have Starlit Mantle. So these two are flying and big, and Arachneer is one I don't mind in our graveyard. It's a good place for it. Anyway, their turn. Plenty of enchantments here. I mean, once you go off like this, it's really hard for them to come back. And a lot of the things that happened this game worked out really well for us. All good stuff. Another dismissal. It seems to be good in this matchup. Memory Drain is pretty neat too. But I think I'll just keep it like this. Game 2, and here's the tough decisions. Do we keep a hand with 9 blue sources in the deck? So it's gonna be a while, potentially. We're on the draw. Let's mulligan this and see if we can't find something a lot better. This is a lot better. This is good. Let's put back... I guess we'll put back Forest. Everything else is great. And then we have the Amulet to sort of help out. Temple of Plenty. Yeah. It's all the ally temples. Cool, so we get the land anyway. We would need Temple of Mystery for our deck, but not in this set, unfortunately. We don't need more land, so I wonder, should we use Amulet on our upkeep? No, that's getting a little too meta, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Like, the small effect that has is probably not going to account for the chance that we draw 2-drop. So sometimes that's a decent thought, but it really does depend on what you have in your deck and how much you want land. And it's only one round of that effect. Eidolon. All right. So they're bashing us for a bit, but let's grab another island here. And hopefully resolve this champion, which will take over the game. And if it doesn't, her sister will. This main phase. I guess I don't need this main phase stop just yet. Get this champion down. And then potentially 2 triggers of that. So this is going to be really nice if we can get it to work. Let's see if they have... The fight spell wouldn't do it. O+2 and fight doesn't do it. Unless they have it now. Oh gosh. Attack with both. I can't risk it. Yeah. I mean, we easily win if our champion survives, so I think we just have to let the damage happen. Yeah, blocking Wayfarer is really bad, but blocking Eidolon probably would have worked for us. You know, any +2/+2 spell just completely wrecks us. Okay, let's go training. Draw 2. And now I don't care about getting the champion into combat because it's already paid for itself over and over and over again. Maybe Blessing here would be best. Omen? What did they do with Omen? Bottom, top. Blessing, I mean, Blessing kills a Wayfarer. And Omen helps find something else cool to do. So let's just hold up Omen as a trick. And the champion's pretty good at blocking here. They're doing nothing, so we'll play Omen. Ooh, do we want to scry 2 and then draw a card? Let's draw a card, then scry 2, then draw a card. Nice, I think. Oh! What now? Oh no! Okay, well, we did it right, because now we know that's gone, I guess. Chain Web. Chain Web's not great. We have better stuff in our deck, that's the thing. And these cards aren't bad, but they don't help us now. I guess Chain Web's alright. Let's top that. Then what? Blessing. Blessing could kill Wayfarer here with Naiad. Naiad's pretty good all by itself. What we could do is play Naiad and Chain Web. And that covers our bases, or at least attempts to cover our bases. And what I don't want to do is just tap out for Witness, have it killed by some Ichthyomorphosis, and then they attack for 4. They find a land. I'm glad they missed a land drop with these 2 Eidolons out. They just don't seem like juicy targets yet for the Blessing. Yep, they won't have an attack with this setup yet. We have our Omen. Yeah, I really like Naiad sometimes. Or this Naiad. How many Naiads are there in this set? I mean, I know there's some overlap of some of the cards. I like both of these. Maybe we can just put the island on the bottom, though. I don't know. We really want to hit our land drops. So let's just top both. Did they know we have 2 yet? I forget which one we played game 1. I don't recall. Don't recall. Well, fighting doesn't do much. I mean, it kills one of these Eidolons, but we have a turn before that's relevant anyway. I don't want to lose the champion in response, so let's just play Omen now. And here we will draw after getting the land. Let's get this forest, draw a card, and pass it. And now they're wondering why they brought all commons to this rare fight. Oh, there it is. There's our dream trawler. There we go. Oh no. Oh dear Lord. That's what's happening. Huh. Yep, that is happening. Well, no biggie. We can deal with this. We can do it. But how do we do it? Let's see. Well, let's start with a witness. Oh man, this is tough. Let's start with a witness. Yeah, I got 2 witnesses. I mean, we can stop it from attacking potentially. 4, we've got 5. Blessing doesn't do enough, but it does a little bit. Blessing, yeah, nothing can fight that and win yet. 3, 4. Oh, you know what we can fight? We can fight Glory Bearers, and I think we have to do that now. Oh, but if they play an enchantment, it's over. Okay, let's kill Glory Bearers. All right. Pass to them. And we're drawing a lot of cards too, so it's not like Dream Trawler can completely shut us down here. Well, it's kind of like that, but not completely like that. They're attacking with Dream Trawler. Oh dear. Well, let's go nuts here. Block with both. And then mantle, I guess it doesn't really matter what we mantle. But I'll mantle the Arachneer. Oh, I hope this works. It probably won't. It rarely does. If it does, we're in pretty good shape. I mean, we only had 1 blue up, so maybe they don't have much to do here. I mean, they have the Wayfarer, so any flash enchantment would get him. Yes! All right. I have beaten Dream Trawler like this before, but it's not always easy. And it's pretty tough for them to get it back, to be honest. Green has a way or 2. And they might have 2 in their deck. But yeah, that's really really tough to deal with sometimes. Anyway, let's start with another witness and get the champion growing, and there we go. Spinner, and that should help finish them off next turn. Eidolon, sure. Eutropia. Great. So 12 toughness. That's nowhere near what they can deal with. So let's just have them chump with something here. Nine Sabboth controls 9 enchantments. That's what I like to see. Wait. Unbelievable. They had Omen of the Sea. So they just misplayed it. We should be losing by a lot right now. They had Omen of the Sea. They could have just kept their Dream Trawler alive. Well, I guess we're counting our lucky stars here. Seems good to me. All right, Ichthyomorphosis, let us get their flyer out of the way. Gonna be drawing a million cards here, but I think that's okay. Let's first give the champion flying. Then we'll give something else flying. What else? What else is big enough to deserve flying here? Not much. I guess the Grove Dancer? And then we attack 14, 17. Try not to mill ourselves here. They still have Calyx, so oh, it's terrible that I mentioned that this combination probably means Dream Trawler as well. But don't play another one. Okay, Hoplite gives them a lot of blockers. No, not that many. A goodly amount, but nothing that a bunch of 11/11 trample creatures can't deal with. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. I don't even know what this does, actually. Okay, they don't have vigilance or anything. Trample and haste. So we've got 3 creatures lethal on their own. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If they have another Omen or something, they can tap something pre-combat, which is pretty good. All right, okay. One of our lands, one of our poor lands is tapped. Might have been a trickier way for us to do this, but I think this is fine. We're not at much risk of dying. Next turn, they have 0 cards in their hand. But let's just bring it here. They don't have any flyers. They do have a 5/5. So maybe it's not worth attacking into that. But hold on. So yeah, they're taking 3, so they're at 8. So they have to block this with at least 4 toughness. And they just throw away 2 creatures on that. Then they have 5, so they can chump a lot of the other things. And they just get to chump this, chump this, chump this. Okay, so yeah, I don't think we need to expose our whole board here just to get in a couple more damage. Because without trample, none of that really matters. And losing the champion at this point is probably just a benefit. Yeah, I gotta block one more. I'll lose one more creature on that. And they're at 1. So these trample spinners are going to do pretty well. But you see, I mean, they would have just had to lose a couple more 1/1s to block our whole board. Nice. All right, Calyx and Dream Trawler defeated. See you in the next match. Match 2 against Galitos Way. I will keep this hand and hope to draw land. But if we don't, at least we have this amulet. I like amulet hands. It looks better to me than 2 forests, I think. Come on, land. Okay, not quite. But I'll get island here. Everything in our hand costs 1 green anyway. Don't need double green. Oh, please draw land. Champion into this board. Might be a little scary. Ooh, oh well. But we could probably bait the same removal. Like, Destiny Spinner's not that good in this deck. I mean, it's really good in the ultra late game, but it's not as important to the deck as the champion. So if they go Mire's Grasp here, I'll feel a bit better than if we drew our land and they got it. No, it doesn't look as good for us because they couldn't have done that to the champion. Are they going to miss a land drop? Oh, that is so nice. Yeah, I'm going to hope that this works and they don't also have a Mire's Grasp. Don't do it to me. No! Well, the first of many champions is down. I guess I am happy enough that they're missing. Let's see, if we draw land next turn and we do Omen, we're up to 6. 6 land plus the Omen, that's Brine Giant. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Because Brine Giant against 2 mana is just game over. And these hits are barely concerning to a Planeswalker of my caliber. Practically a pre-mending Planeswalker. Mire Triton. Okay, yeah, mill your land. They must have drawn it. There we go, Brine Giant. Now, can we get away with Grove Dancer and doing it? No, not even. Oh, shoot. Now they've got Mire Triton. What's this supposed to be about? Whatever. Let me play this thing, and maybe we'll have stockpiling all these enchantments will be good when we draw our next champion or whatever. It's still pretty good. It stops them from attacking. And when we get Eutropia, attacking with a 6/7 flyer is pretty good. Mire Triton's attacking. Well, that is a bit surprising because can't I just attack back? Bit surprising to me. Oh, come on. Well, sack my creature. Then what? Play Witness and pass it. How much more removal? They're just going to have infinite removal at whatever mana cost they can afford. Let's see it. Yep, there we go. Pretty good. Loathsome Chimera. And now we're out of blockers. And they have a pretty good way to get back the Chimera. Fortunately, we can gain a lot of life here. So let's see how we do this. We go Grove Dancer. We go Blessing. Do we want to do this? Yeah, we kind of have to. And let's have it fight the Chimera. Comes back as a 5/2, but they don't have the mana for that yet. And a 1/6 does block it. Sucks to have to use everything up there. We only have one spinner, can't get it back, so we can crack Omen here safely. Typhon, another annoying one. Champion, now that we're out of enchantments, might as well top that. But it does make our top decks better. Do they get a land eventually? They might be playing a very low number of lands. Oh, outrageous. Don't have an answer to champion. I believe it, but I'm not enjoying it. Erebos' intervention. Yeah, they just... this player was probably in our draft as well. Lose that for no reason. Okay. Yeah, we would have had the enchantment right away. Honestly, I probably should have saved that for Eutropia, but I think we don't have many outs left in our deck. Maybe them milling themselves? Well, that gets past our thing for a turn. 4, take 8. Yep, I'll take 8. I'm at 6. And now we need another answer. That's pretty good here. They're not likely to have so much flying, but it's a good chump blocker, and then we can replay it right away. They get this Chimera back. But a 1/6 is good on this board, and I think we've gained about 6 or 8 life with the Wardens so far this game. And that's the difference between dead and alive. Typhon's coming in. Now what does that mean? What does that mean? It might mean they have a way to kill the Wardens, and that's a little bit scary. That's a little bit scary. Let's just block with the Arachneer and call it a day. Yeah, they've got a lot of cards left. For as much interaction has been going on this game, we have sort of lost the battle there. Maybe they didn't have much Setessan training. That could be good here. That could be kind of good. We can make Naiad into a 3/3. That's a good start. Or better yet, make Wardens into a 2/6. Why is that better? That's better because we can block this Chimera. In other words, it's not better. Anyway, let's go. Doesn't matter what we exile. Except against black, we might want to exile different things. Yeah. Okay, so that's more or less stabilized, right? And that should be all the removal in their deck, if depending on how absurd their deck really is. And they mill first. There's 19 cards, we're at 20. I can wait that long. Sure, so let's block here. I'm sure they have some kind of trick, but I cannot wait forever. Even if it's just, well, I wonder. Because last turn they were bluffing, or not bluffing, but representing 2 more damage. Attacking Typhon into the 1/6. So, oh, it's a fight spell. All right, fair play. Fair play. We still have the 4/5 back to block this. The Chimera is going to be tough to deal with a third time, but the second time maybe isn't so bad. Each player mills 3. Maybe we'll get our Typhon. Nope, few lands. That's actually good cards for us to see gone. And now that we've got this, we can just play all our lands. And we have our upkeep stop, so let's play it. Now they can exile 2. This is why it was good to exile our own creatures, I think. What did I exile? 3 creatures and 1 amulet. So I guess it wouldn't have mattered. They have plenty of creatures to choose from. And that just prevents them gaining a bit of life. Most things in our deck are cheap enough to scry once and still play. So probably scry once on upkeep. Maybe twice, but probably just once. Okay, bringing back Chimera. That's the play for the turn. Yeah, they found a lot of cards for their graveyard. Binding. Okay, Omen is definitely a top. Omen here. Ichthyomorphosis. Does that help us in the slightest? Well, not just yet, but shoot. We don't necessarily want Eidolon. They're going to be a tough deck to beat here. Well, I don't know what we want here. Eidolon. Yeah, I guess we're not going to win by milling, are we? Eidolon. Yeah, I just top both of these. What we really need is Eutropia, but that might not happen for a while. I'm just going to pass here. We could start attacking, but I think we need a better position before we do that. Oh, they're going to get Renata back. Well, that's a good one to answer with Ichthyomorphosis. Then we can play a 1-2. Probably trade Naiad with Chimera here. Keep our life total nice. 6. Attacking with the Typhon too. They could make that into a 7-7. Yeah, I can't just sit around here. And they want to kill Witness, which is fair enough. So I think what they do is play Renata this turn. We Ichthyomorphosis it so they don't get back an 8-8 Typhon. And our blockers are good at least for one turn. You know, I wish they had drawn some of like the creatures in the beginning instead of all the removal spells, because then we might have drawn a card off of a champion when it mattered. Ichthyomorphosis. Well, let's get Renata with that. Pass it. Looks like they don't have great attacks this turn. Renata called to the hunt is blue. That's the ability list I like to see. Renata is blue. Well, that's so sad. Here comes Typhon. Takes a million years to pay for these escape costs, especially with these microscopic graveyards to like bring them out. But whenever you try to do anything in Magic Online, like if I start paying the cost, it moves it somewhere else. It's weird. It says, oh, I'll help you. Let's move that over here for you. It's like, no, I was already clicking it where it was. Upkeep, yeah, I could scry, but I guess that's not important. Play land, and yeah, pass it. We have one turn of chump blocking this Typhon. Need 2 mana up, so maybe we'll get another Omen here. Oh, don't do it. Say it isn't so. What do we lose? Well, 3 loses our Eidolon. Oh, they're going for the Arachneer, so that means some good attacks with like the Harpy or something. Or their whole board, for that matter. So we'll just block as much damage as possible this turn, take 5 down to 3. Something like this. 5, yeah, no better blocks that I can see. So choose those blockers, sack this. Maybe we'll find our bounce spell or something. Omen's good. What are we doing this next turn, though? Because down to 3, Eutropia. We can hold up Omen after Eutropia. 3, 6. Yeah, let's just hold it back. But we need... oh, we need so much here. It might not be possible. So let's just Omen to see if anything's possible. And then, yeah, we have plenty of mana to use. Another one. So we can, I think, bottom the other one. And we're at 3. So we need to deal with 1, 2. We need to deal with 4 creatures. We'll have 0 creatures. It might not be possible. It's certainly not possible with these. So let's bottom these 2. 4. This deals with 2 for 5 mana. 3. We can deal with 3 out of 4. Huh. Come on, draw something good. Yeah, maybe we needed our second Eidolon or something. This kills that. And then we have this. Not enough. Not enough by a bit. Swing out. That was a tough fought match here. I'm trying to think. This is game 2, right? We're down. No, that was game 1. All right, well, so there's still a chance. Still a chance. Let's... Deny's really good here. Plummet doesn't help much. Memory Drain is not brilliant. I guess it's okay. Yeah, let's submit again. Hopefully we can protect our early champions and they just don't have their 4 pieces of removal in their top whenever they need them. Cards. On the play might give them less of a chance. Yeah, keep this. So don't need my upkeep just yet. We'll start with our Eidolon. Get all that damage in early. Ooh, Omen's not bad. Better than Starlit Mantle here by a couple miles. Destiny Spinner and Ichthyomorphosis. Both of those are good. The question is, do we need to find something a little bit more high impact? And the answer is maybe, but let's draw both of these. I think they're both pretty important to this strategy. Now, they'll probably kill our Destiny Spinner, so I'm not sure that we want to run that out quite yet before we can protect it. So let's just attack here, especially because this kind of card is what wins us the games that go late, like last one went. Loathsome Chimera. And I think we'll keep Omen in play for now. It doesn't really mess us up too much. Yeah, play a Typhon. Sounds like fun. It's not one I want to trade off with their Chimera, but it's also not one they really want to kill or can kill. Mantle, oh dear. Oh dearie me. I get 2 wolves for this, and that's 8 damage. If we turn it into a fish, it becomes a 4/5. Yeah, this is a side of the deck I didn't realize they had. That's 8 damage. What happens if we trade? They get 2 2/2s, which might be easier to deal with, but it's unclear. And then we lose a lot of our stuff, and they can get the 5/2 back eventually. This is ugly. We could, I guess we can try to race them here. It's not the most ridiculous thing. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but not the most ridiculous. They might want to leave it back to block if we Ichthyomorphosis. Grove Dancer into Spinner. Maybe we take one more hit off of that thing. Yeah, let's just hold up Starlit Mantle with this. Take another 8. Ouch. So we'll have to start chump blocking this thing. Skola Grove Dancer. And pass. Now they're not going to have any removal. No Myers Grasp. No nothing. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's how it goes. And we have that back to block. 2 attackers. Grove Dancer deny. I just hope this kind of works out for us. Chump block that. Yeah, I think this is okay. They're at 7. I mean, they're pretty low. Oh, stop doing anything. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Renata. Nice, 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 nice. 6 mana. Counter your Catoblepus, yeah. Deny the Divine here. Now they have to really think about blocking. Because what does that do? That kills the Grove Dancer or something. They're at 7 life. Nexus Wardens. Oh, it's close. We can make 4/5. We can make a 4-power attacker with trample. They block 2 and take 5. That's not enough. But they do lose their Grove Dancer for free. Let's just go ahead and play Nexus Wardens and pass. Can't even be countered. Would you look at that? So I like our chances this game, unless it's Gray Merchant time. But we didn't see that from them game 1. Then again, we didn't see this Mantle game 1 either. Not sure which deck I'd rather play against. Binding. Each player mills 3. Okay. How do they have this many triggers? I'm sorry, whenever a land card is put into your... Oh, there are triggers too. I see, I see. Well, that's fine. Better for them, surely, here, but... I was like, no fair. Double counting. Yeah, that makes it a lot tougher, doesn't it? What are they going to fight here? Whatever they fight, we can sort of stop. Maybe the spinner. Yeah, and they don't have quite enough to Erebos' intervention in response. That puts us up to 8, which doesn't do much, because they still one-shot us with this Chimera. But pretty soon it's going to be great, I promise. 5 enchantments. 5, are we getting closer? No, we're getting further away. Kind of a problem here. But we don't have any creatures for them to get rid of. Let's see what this does. When the aura goes to the graveyard, they make these 2. So any way they have of chump blocking is pretty good. All right, look. Shoot, I don't want to do that. It does make the creature we attack with bigger. That thing's going to have 5 toughness even if we use Ichthyomorphosis on it. Which might not be a bad thing. It means it survives whatever we attack into it with, but it still has, well, it still has 4 power. So 4, 5, 6, no, it'll be 7. It'll be a 4/7. Which is not much smaller than it is now. Oh well. Well, let's see. So we lose a land. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yikes. All right. I'm just trying to run the numbers here because this is not an easy position. Because I don't mind losing a creature if we can kill them. But they can block Destiny Spinner. And then block our land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's only 8. So I think we're better off Ichthyomorphosis on the Dancer. And play Arachneer and go for a win next turn. Can't be countered. Oh, what do they have? They're going to use the Dancer. Hopefully put something... Yeah, nice. Nexus Wardens don't want to deal with that. I gain 2, so now I can take a hit from the Chimera, though that's pretty scary. They can exile from their own graveyard. Gain 2 life. And that's like 2 more creatures. This Grove Dancer absorbs 3. Okay, so they're doing 1 of each. They're gaining 1 life, but leaving Renata back. No reason why they should have exiled their own land there, but in fact, a lot of good reasons why they shouldn't have. Nice. All right. Now I think we can go for it. 6. That gets beaten by the Chimera. Then that jumps here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only do 8. Okay, never mind. We can just bide our time a little bit longer. And they get Renata back. All right. I might be messing up a little bit here. I should just be using this every turn and trying to kill them. So here comes Renata. And if they play 2 creatures this turn, we're even further from closing this game out. Let's see. Hopefully they don't play Renata and kill Champion. And gain 3 life. Time will tell. But part of that is if we start sacrificing our lands with Spinner and we can't finish them off, then we're never going to cast anything off of these champions or anything else. Oh, they're just going to attack with this. All right. Do they really have like a trample card? Oh, you know what? They have the flyer here. There's no other reason you attack into this like this. They want to end my Arachneer. So we could take 8, but that's also pretty scary. I think we just jump with the Eidolon, which is what I was going to do from the beginning. They play a 3/2 flyer. And then we can jump with Chainweb after that. Maybe they'll save the flyer. 3/2 because they have Renata, so it comes in 1 bigger. Now they don't know what to do. Training. Okay, perfect. Please don't kill my stuff. Training. Let's put this somewhere somewhat safe. Like the Wardens, I think would be best. One that only one of the rare spells kills it. I don't want to put it on an enchantment creature because all their green removal takes care of that. The order doesn't matter here. Another champion. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Maybe I should have counted again. 6 enchantments, but I think this is better. This is better. Now we Probably don't want to get rid of the Omen here either. And at this point, if they want to spend Renata to kill Typhon, I'm fine with it. Maybe they just take it, or soak it up with the Grove Dancer. Either way works for me. Takes away an enchantment from us if they block with the Grove Dancer. Nice. But it also takes away a chump blocker. Now I'll start stopping on my upkeep, but again, I don't want to get rid of Omen unless we're in dire straits. Yeah, even that's fine here. 5 enchantments. Do we have to go for it? That's another question, because maybe we can just hold back. Attack with this, attack with that. Yeah, come in with one of these. Limits what we can attack with a little bit, but we attack with 2 things. Maybe get in a couple damage or kill Renata or lose Typhon, and they can exile that from our graveyard, but then we get in like 5 damage, so pretty happy with that. I'm assuming that's why they attacked with the Chimera, to bait us into losing one of our escape creatures. But the one they want to get rid of is the Arachneer, because then they can just kill us in the air. We have 2 more flyers in the deck. It was looking really good for us here. And we have the Wardens. I guess they can't really kill us there. Yeah, they are going to go after this. Now the question is, are they going to lose Renata for free here? Okay, looks like they've changed their strategy somewhat, preferring the life. And that's good for me too. We even gained the life from it. I never realized that was a combo. Spinner, Grove Dancer. All right, our end step, return to nature on the Spinner. Well, they took a lot more damage than they needed to here. In response to whatever, they could have killed it and made our land a 3/3. But anyway, nothing we can do about that. They're down to 1 card. And that's going to make it a lot tougher for us to close this game out, depending on what they have. Piper, yeah, every chump blocker makes this a disaster. At this point, we don't need massive enchantments, but we do need something. So let's scry and try to find something good. How many enchantments do we have? 2? Oh, tough. Let's, tempted to bottom both of these. But maybe Eutropia is too good. Let's just think about this. They're at 7. They've got 1 card in hand. Could we just attack this turn? We lose this. That and that. No, that doesn't do it. Let's bottom Brine Giant and top Eutropia. And then hope to get another enchantment eventually, because that triggers 4 of our cards here. Yeah, these games are going deep. Look at this. 16 cards left in each of our libraries. Turn 12. But they've milled us both for 3. I think they milled themselves with Grove Dancer, maybe. Oh, our turn again. Yes, please. No! So I think we just have to wait again. Because we're going to lose if we attack all out and they have something like Erebos' Intervention. We know they have it in the deck. If they survive an all-out attack, they have more than enough damage to finish us off. Funeral rites, okay. Goodbye, Erebos' intervention. That's what I like to see. They could still have Myra's Grasp or something off the top for champion, and Mystic Repeal for whatever else, but I figure any two of these is going to go a long way to winning this. One option we had was activating Grove Dancer, but that's a little scary here too. Yeah, okay. Again with this. 7. I think I'm okay losing Arachnir. Permanently, I mean, because they can probably exile it here. If they couldn't before, they can do it now. Omen. Oh, maybe not. Omen to get back Tower Scout to untap it. That's pretty strong, but what they really need is that flyer. They still probably have it. Let's see. They're going to do it last for the suspense. But the first enchantment we get probably draws us another one, at the very least. Come on, land. No, I meant not land. Whatever. Oh well, let's do this. And again, we don't want these creatures in our graveyard mucking things up. Just makes their stuff stronger. Yeah, I mean, if I knew what was on top, obviously I'd be using Grove Dancer. And sometimes it's right to do it anyway, but one way we win this is just stalling, so I don't want to lose cards we don't have to. Besides, we have 2 more draw 3s in the deck, and the champions are going to be drawing us a million cards. So I think my instinct is correct in this matter. Myra's Grasp on Eutropia. We have 1 more of those, but I'd rather draw the enchantment first still. Come on. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's so good here. All right. Let's put it in the middle or something. So draw 1 card, scry 2, draw another. No, bottom, bottom. And then draw another. Oh, God. Still fine. Draw 1 million cards here. Blessing. That is a blessing. Does it help us? Kind of. Well, let's see what we... Well, it fights something. What does it fight for us? 5 power, 8 toughness, and they have, well, they don't have intervention, but they might have some other pretty good stuff. So maybe we fight Renata here with this Setessan champion. Am I crazy? I think that works. 7 toughness. And they don't have a good way of getting rid of it unless they have like some removal we haven't seen yet. Like a final death. That's what we'll do last, because we want all our stuff to trigger off of it first. There's Eutropia. So that might be enough to kill them. Oh, they're just like dead on board here, aren't they? Oh, we're at 1 million life. So let's see what happens. They have to block that. Block that there. This one they have to chump with something. Or they don't have to, but yeah, let's say they block both of those. We get these in. That looks like death to me. And if we lose these champions, it's not the end of the world, because then we want to draw the last couple cards of our deck. But that looks like the game here. Prevent all the damage from our biggest creatures and take 6. Why not attack with Wardens? Well, who knows? Probably want that back. Oh, maybe that would have been better because they can probably get rid of Skola Grove Dancer. That looks like their plan. Go to 1, get rid of Skola Grove Dancer, and get a goat. But I think we're still okay here, unless they mill us for 7. Don't do it. Don't mill us for 7. Wardens, I mean, that does help them. They have 2 Wardens in their deck. Not anymore. Okay, so that's the end of the game. They don't even have enough to survive us attacking with everything here. But maybe we can get Eutropia out anyway. So what do we pump up? Let's pump up this one. Gain some life. So we end this match in this game above... Wait, is this just the second match? Or the second game, rather? Oh, no. Game has ended. Going into game 3? Or is this the match? Oh, no! Oh, no wonder they were still letting us play it out. Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to be pretty quick on the next one. Intervention, yeah. Dismissal to bounce your opponent's thing. And memory drain. What did we really care about there? And does memory drain save us? I think we'll just submit again like this. But let's be quick about it. Keep just about anything. Don't stop on my upkeep unless I have to. We'll just play Witness, Witness, Witness. And maybe that'll be good enough. Blue's good. So maybe we start with Eutropia here. Well, yeah, probably start with Eutropia here. We find a land this game. Could be worse. Yeah, I'm playing a little too quickly, I think. I should have done Omen there for a couple of reasons. Getting nothing out of Eutropia kind of feels bad. Well, then again, if it survives, we're in great shape. Don't kill it. Yeah, I shouldn't have played it there. But I am thinking about going quickly. All right, we have a good answer to that. Take 4. Spinner. Spinner Eidolon. Okay. Randomly clicking on things that I don't mean to be clicking on. Yeah, now it's just all 2-drops. I wonder if they changed their deck into this madness. Yeah, being on the draw really sucks when your opponent just has all 2-drops. Oh no! Well, it's only 1 more damage. And that's their whole deck. But we can't block Temple Thief for the rest of the game, so we take 5 here. We're at 9. We have no way of blocking this for the rest of the game. They're all attacking. It's kind of fun. No reason to attack there. If they attack with everything, I wonder what I'm supposed to do. I probably trade Huntmaster. Catoblepus kills Spinner? Or makes that into a 1/4. No, it kills it. Oh, this has 2 devotion. Right. Well, let's jump there. Yeah, too bad. I think I had a better chance if I omened on turn 3. but maybe not. I mean, they just drew the perfect, like, 15 card, 6 mana ramp hand on the play. Well, good games. Anyway, I'll see you in the finals. Or the next match, the last match. Round 3. Let's keep this. Yeah, pretty good potential here. Malice. Our deck is powerful, but a little bit fragile. It needs 1 or 2 pieces to stick before it really gets the nuts late game. Okay, no Minotaurs, please. Come on now. Well, there we go. Fine, but just 1 Minotaur, not 2. And now they just pass the turn, I'm sure. No, they're going to play something. Not that. Oh, come on. Well, I guess I'm happy they're playing it. Well, I'll deny one of these things. Ichthyomorphosis. Pretty good. Make that into a fish, and now we just don't take any damage. Yeah, it loses the ability to sack, so now they just have a 1/1 floating around, and we'll have Witness. Double Grim Physician. I tell you, I'm not too sad about what's going on here. I mean, with a really dedicated deck, these Physicians are okay. I mean, you see they're each drawing a card, so they're not that bad. But it's just not scary at all. Like, once you've dealt with the enablers, the Physicians don't do much. It depends. I mean, if you're trying to attack, like if you're an aggressive deck, the Physicians are real cards. But if you're playing flyers and whatnot. Now, what is this? I think I'm happy enough blocking one of these Physicians, and they can sack it to draw a card. What I don't want to do... Oh. Okay. Well, that was fine, I think. All right, let's do this and play Philosophy, and if we draw the land, we can kill the Soul Reaper. Nice. As long as I stack the trigger correctly. And as long as I can tell these 2 cards apart. It's been a while. So let's kill that. And yeah, at this point, I think we've just won. I mean, they would need a really powerful sequence of cards to bail them out of this. I mean, they could just go Exile Champion, and in which case we're in pretty bad shape, but, well, not anymore. Rock on. All right. All right. 5. There's no way they can really stop this from happening. They just chump and gain a life. And nope, not even doing that. Yeah, really funny to see them not do that. I wonder why. Maybe they want to chump it when it's bigger. That could be a reason. 8. They can do just about 8 here, but yeah, I can attack in with Champion if I play an enchantment. Care to attack? They could attack with both and get in like 1 damage. Start with Witness. Then we'll have Omen as a trick. 4/6. They could double block the Champion. Okay. I think, yeah, I'm wondering if it was even worth it there. Probably not. We do not want 1 toughness creatures. The good news is we don't have many of those. I think we're okay in this matchup. And we don't have that many options. We spent a bunch of our draft on red. And yeah, don't need a memory drain per se. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's a bad bunch of cards to win a game, but not a bad bunch of cards to get some mana down. Yeah, here I'll definitely stop on upkeep because I can't stomach another land. And there's not that many 2-drops to worry about drawing here. That wasn't on top, and anyway, we can't cast it here, so... Well, not looking great, but again, if we're just against these 1/1 Grim Physicians, it doesn't hurt too much. That hurts a little more, I'll admit. Want that in play. Dismissal eventually is good against this, but I don't think we need to worry about that quite yet. No attacks. Oh, I love that. That's really good for me. Let's see what can happen now. I don't think there's much that messes this up. There's a few cards that do it. Red 3 damage, black exile, black -3. Target opponent sacks a creature. Yeah, that would do it. So they are being a bit tricksy, and that is unfortunate for me. Shoot! I'll take another hit of 3. It kind of sucks, but... Dang it. Maybe they don't have an answer to witness? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I should have just saved it. They attacked instantly because that answers itself. We'll go down to 10. But if we can untap with Stern Dismissal up, I feel a lot better. And then I'll just block with Eidolon, I think. Yeah, maybe not. Hold on. To block here. Oh, they want to save it. Oh, that worked out really well for me. I thought they would have been happy with the trade, but I didn't want to lose my Eidolon. I was going to do that anyway. Well, that's why you block. Omen's fine here. I guess we don't need to play it yet. I think we rather draw 3 cards because they attack with Physician. What are they doing? Oh, just to scry 2. Could be worse, I suppose. Well, anyway, we kill that thing. Yeah. So they don't get to draw off the Soul Reaper, then they go to kill that, and we draw 3 cards. And if they have another Libation, they get some small benefit. But yeah, drawing and then playing Omen is really good with this champion. Good deal. And that probably gets us a 2-1 in this tournament here. Play Warden just to gain some life. And I'll save this Omen because not so many reasons not to save it. 1 card left. And it looks like they've conceded? I don't know. I keep thinking there's some lag. Another Infuriate, so perfect time to use Omen. Gain our 2 life. bottom. Any enchantment can go on top because that just draws another card. And that ought to do it. End step. Another, oh gosh. So that's 5, 6, 7. So we don't quite have the kill yet. We also don't want to use so much of that precious green. Draw 2 more. Get this omen. Draw 3 more. Deny. Can't use it yet. Let's top both of these. Start spinning. Fill our hand back up. And that's 8. Puts him pretty low. We've got a lot of life. Full clutch of hands. Full clutch of cards, rather. This is how these games are supposed to play. Play against a bunch of Infuriates and Grim Physicians and just stabilize. Nice. Well, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Bit of rough waters in the middle there, but we got through it, and we come out with a little bit of a few packs to show for it. Well, good luck in your drafts.